This is my review of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, so in this episode, Joseph has to actually battle against a stand with a passive ability instead of an active one like they normally do. So the way this episode works is that everybody has arrived in Luxor and are going to be staying in a hotel so that they can go to Cairo. Because Luxor is nearby to Cairo, I think. And they're on their way to Cairo, so they're stopping in Luxor on the way there. While on the way there, Joseph decides to use the public restroom, but since the way the public restrooms work so far, it quickly becomes apparent that that's a bad idea. I'm not gonna go into the details because it's kind of gross, but needless to say, Joseph isn't exactly excited to go to a public restroom in Luxor. So he leaves the stall, and at which point he decides he would rather go behind a rock. At which point he finds said rock, but discovers that there's an outlet embedded in the rock, a little electrical outlet that's just embedded into the rock. And Joseph, notably, is curious and tries to see what exactly it is and how this is even possible. And after touching the outlet, discovers that it is indeed live and decides to leave it alone and wonders if there's electricity elsewhere. Unaware that the electrical outlet is actually a stand named Bastet, controlled by the stand user Mariah. And I would show what the stand looks like, but does anybody really need me to show them what an electrical outlet looks like? I mean, come on, I'm pretty sure most people watching this would know what an electrical outlet looks like. I don't think I need to show them that. But yeah, they decide to explore Luxor for a couple of hours before going to the hotel. But throughout the first half of this episode, it quickly becomes apparent what Bastet actually does. It, in fact, makes the person who touches Bastet magnetic. It causes any metal in the nearby vicinity to stick to them, and as Joseph slowly figures out over time, the magnetism gradually gets stronger until it immobilizes the opponent. So Joseph doesn't realize this until the next morning, when he wakes up having completely flipped a full 180 and is now facing north like a magnet. But then accidentally magnetizes the skirts of two younger girls, much to their chagrin, and an older woman, much to her delight, which Joseph is kind of concerned about because, well, he's already married. And at which point, it's at this point where he actually starts discovering that there might be something wrong. And case in point, he immediately gets attacked by some pieces of silverware that are on a nearby room service cart, and they almost impale him, but he manages to deflect them with his hand. So he finally figures it out that he's been magnetized by a stand at some point, and tries to figure out what exactly is going on. But at this point he gets stuck on an escalator trying to escape the hotel, and gets stuck to it. But and asks Mariah, unaware that it's Mariah, to help him out. But then Mariah reveals herself to be the stand user, and he's sucked into the escalator. But however, Joseph is ever resilient, decides to use Hermit Purple to try and push the elevator button, but can't actually find the elevator button since it's on the side rather than the front, and starts panicking. It should be noted that he doesn't realize that it has a elevator button. He doesn't realize that the emergency stop button is on the side because he can't actually see it the way he's positioned. He's been pinned to the floor of the escalator. He can't see anything that's going on the side of the escalator. However, eventually Abdul comes to his rescue, although Joseph takes a few minutes to realize that the escalator has stopped. And then gets up and plays it off as an escalator expansion, and while also whispering to Abdul that he's been attacked by a stand user and he's been magnetized. Case in point, a metal ashtray just flies into the back of his head and pours cigarette ashes all over him. At which point they realize they need to find the stand user quickly, or he'll be magnetized so much that he'll be unable to move. And they eventually find out that Mariah has indeed escaped by trying to go into the girls' bathroom. And case in point, things go very wrong for the two of those gentlemen. At which point it's revealed that Mariah actually tricked them, revealing that she actually did not actually go into the bathroom, but actually snuck around outside while they were fooling around, and was actually outside. So shortly after jumping out of the bathroom window, they just decide to pursue her. At which point Joseph decides to explain to Abdul how exactly her stand works, pointing out that he shouldn't touch anything that looks like an electrical outlet in an odd place. However, Abdul unfortunately reveals that it's already too late for him. He already did touch her stand, and now the two are magnetized together and fall to the floor, unable to move. So yeah, this episode was interesting because it shows the stand that has a passive ability. So not every stand is an active fighter. At the very least, I mean, we've seen passive ability stands before, but this one is a little bit different because you actually have to make contact with the stand. Unlike the stand Thoth, which was just like it's a little manga that tells everybody how they're going to die and stuff like that. The difference here is that the stand is kind of active and is up to the opponent to actually magnetize themselves, which is just a little bit interesting. So yeah, Joseph didn't realize until it was too late that he had already been attacked and was being magnetized. So yeah, I'd say Mariah did her job. She did her job well, and now she's immobilized two of the remaining Joestar group. Also, I didn't mention it, but Kakyoin has been discharged from the hospital. He was deposited into the lap of the Speedwagon Foundation, and he's going to eventually recover and join the group very soon. So eventually we're going to see Kakyoin rejoin the group eventually. Not for a couple of episodes at least, but he will eventually rejoin the group. It's been established that he's going to be rejoining the group in this episode, but yeah, for the most part, this episode was just about how Joseph slowly realizes he's been magnetized by a stand user and will eventually get to the point where he's unable to move. So, if you guys did enjoy this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and my subsequent review of it, then what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also, check out my Patreon in the description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month. It really helps me out, and you guys get access to a bunch of cool perks that are my way of saying thanks. So be sure to check those out in the description below as well. Again, only a couple bucks. Help support me, and I'll help support you guys in turn. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!